Happy weekend, everybody, as we rolling into December. Friday was the last trading day of November. Tomorrow is December the 1st. We'll see if we gap up tomorrow after making an all-time high. So welcome to the MES Futures Weekend Briefing, brought to you by microstrader.com, where together we trade better. We trade live every day on Zoom in the morning, and in the afternoon we post inside of the Discord group. So if you're looking for an MES Futures trading group, check us out at microstrader.com. All right, so let's get into it here. So the first thing I want to do is let's review yesterday real quick. So in the AM briefing at the 4-minute and 36-second mark, I said we do the drawing that I showed you earlier, and we actually break out and give you. So that was what I was looking at yesterday. And as you can see here, we have this range drawn out that you learn to do inside of our group, and we learn to draw scenarios. I want you to draw, where is your next ideal long? Where is your next ideal short? And in fact, if you go back a couple days in the AM briefing, which nobody's going to do, but if you go back a couple days, you'll see I drew this out on this day as well. So I drew out a long, this long here, this exact long, I drew that out. And then I drew out this short, which several of my traders took and did, made at least 10 point, captured 10 points on that move there. So this trade that happened today was mapped out the previous day. And that really helps your trading when you learn to mark out your levels beforehand. So let's go see what actually happened here. Well, as you can see, we got up over that range. We tested it, went and took out that all-time high. And that was a trade that was mapped out beforehand. And that certainly helps your trading when you know what you're looking for beforehand, and you just have to wait and be patient till that happens. Okay, so let's look at the week ahead here. Let's go into Forex Factory here, and let's look at the week ahead. We did this yesterday a little bit, but we got some PMI data, Powell on Wednesday, and the Powell starting to speak on Wednesday might signify the end of some people's weeks, because we have non-farm payroll on Friday, and Thursday and Friday have both proven to be level 10 trading days. Level 10. That means you can trade it, but you better know it's level 10. Small, if at all. One loss, you're done. Friday rules start Wednesday afternoon, in my humble opinion. Then what happens the next week? Let's take a peek at that. What happens the next week? CPI. Okay, so we'll have non-farm payroll on Friday. Then you have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then Wednesday is CPI, and of course PPI the next day. What happens the next week? Could it possibly be FOMC? And there is FOMC the following week. We love all these red folder events because they inject volatility into the market. You need that volatility, in my opinion, to be a good scalper. But of course, we will scalp, we'll day trade, we will swing trade contracts as well if you're trading a cash account. So we definitely have some beautiful stuff on deck. And then, of course, the week after that, the birth of Christ. Okay, so let's go. Let's look at this real quick. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Justin, who made monster on this move, added to his move here as well. And Roger, oh, and how dare I forget this? The only reason I forgot it, Larry, is because I don't think you posted your 10-pointer inside of the where we keep track of that stuff. So I know Roger and Larry both made 10 points on that trade as well. So guys, if you're in my group and you make those 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pointers, post it in the group. I'd love to give you a shout out, because you deserve that level of recognition. All right, so let's look at the chart here. Let's pull back the entire week. So let me scoot this over. There we go. Gapped up in the week, and we basically stayed up there. We came down a little bit more, but basically it was an up week for sure. We opened here, we closed here. So what does that weekly candle look like? It looks like this: the open, the close, the low, and the high. And there's our weekly candle. So what levels do we want to take forward in our trading this week? Well, first thing let's look at single prints and any remaining VPOCs. So for the single prints here, let me see, can I zoom in on that. Yeah. So there's the single prints and the VPOCs that I want you to carry forward. You can see those levels there. I don't need to read them out. You can screenshot them if you need. All right, so there's the single prints and VPOCs that we want to carry forward. Now, let's go and pull in our session levels. Well, we have a new all-time high here done in the RTH session. We have yesterday's halfback, which also happens to line up with these ranges. Okay. One's drawn way back, one's a little tighter in. Um, so somewhere in there, but note that this halfback is basically at that level. When we got above it, I told the group inside of Discord, my eyeballs are on 38, 39, and that's what performed there. Now we have these three beautiful targets setting here. We've got this IB low, we got the London low, and we have the Asia low. Make sure those are marked out on your chart. What a beautiful target those would be. Yeah. What happened to my level here? Sometimes I don't know. Let's turn on the magnet tool. Let's make sure that we got this. Is one reason you do this. You want to make sure you've got everything marked as well. This was done in New York lunch, I remember. So we're just going to type in RTH low. Let me slide this into my sessions folder. Beautiful. Then we got this London low. And then what do we have over here? We got a little bit of a mess is what we've got. So we have this RTH low, but it has not been tested in the RTH session. So notice the note, RTH low, not tested in the RTH session. It doesn't really count till it's tested in the RTH session. Just make that note. Does that mean I'm going to trade this level? Not necessarily. But if we did a liquidity grab and ladder back in, I would be interested. Then we have this session, RTH halfback. Once again, not tested in the RTH session. This is not Friday yesterday, but the previous Friday. Okay. And we have this overnight low, which was the Asia low. Make sure that's on your chart. And then, of course, this IB low from last Friday. So these are the levels to make sure are on your chart as we go into the new week as far as session levels. I love this RTH halfback level. And once again, I will be, not once again, I hadn't said it yet, but I will be playing with the strong levels and get that published out before the Sunday opening. So if you'd like to join us, grab yourself a Zoom pass. You can get a free one if you register for the Foundations course, or grab you a week Zoom pass and join us for an entire week. And make sure you like what we do and how we do it. Traders, if you're in my group, I wouldn't really worry about weekend homework. Take the full break for that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday as much as possible and come back and attack it next week. I would give your eyes a wonderful rest. Just get your chart updated with these levels going into the week, and I will see you guys Sunday night for the opening and then Monday morning for Zoom. See you guys.
Stay green, my friends, and to learn more about our group, go to microstrader.com.